Hey everyone, glad you're back for our 6th and final episode of Tales of Mercy. And today we are going to talk about one other part of mercy, which is caring for the lost.
That's right, and as we'll see from today's story, it takes great courage to care for the lost. So why don't we check out our last tale, The Never Return Forest.
Ooh.
The Never Return Forest was named for the many lost souls who wandered into the custody of its trees, never to return. Now, there was a young peasant boy named Benjamin who had wandered into the forest and had not been seen for many days, until a poor boy named Luke heard about Benjamin's disappearance. Luke said to himself, "If I were lost, I would want someone to search for me. Therefore, I will go to find this boy." So Luke began his quest to find the lost boy. Inside the forest, things seemed quite normal. The songs of birds echoed bouncing melodies amongst the trees. He started to think the legends of the strange land were untrue. After a few moments, he felt an overwhelming sense of hunger. "I am so hungry." Just then, a cluster of plump crimson berries drew his eye. He plucked one of the berries from the deadened branch and brought it to his mouth. He stopped when the memory of his father's words echoed in his mind. "Beware the temptations of low-hanging fruit." Luke closed his eyes. When he opened them, the berries were gone. Another few moments down the trail, and Luke felt a thirst so strong it was painful. "I have never been this thirsty," he thought. He noticed a stream of water, crisp and clear off the path in a ravine. He started down the hill, but stopped just short of the water's edge. He remembered the time his mother had cautioned him about drinking from still waters. He closed his eyes and swallowed the lump in his throat. When he looked up, the stream had disappeared, just as the berries had. Luke continued down the trail, and moments later found himself in a lazy meadow. He suddenly felt a tiredness like he had never felt before. Just then, he looked up and saw a boy laying in the grass nearby. "Are you the boy, Benjamin?" Luke called out. "I am so tired." "No, if you sleep, the moment will become another moment and another until you are stuck here forever." Luke pulled him to his feet. That's when they heard the low, throaty growl. "Run," Luke said, and the two sprang forward, the pounding of heavy steps following close behind them. "Down here!" Benjamin cried. The two boys turned down a narrow track and ran straight into a dead end. "What do we do now?" The growls sharpened behind them. "We have to turn and face our fear," Luke said. The boys turned to face the creature. Luke opened his eyes and was shocked to find there was nothing there. "Let's get out of here before it comes back." "Wait, there are others lost in here." "Others?" "Yes, there have been many who have gone missing from our village over the years. They must be asleep the way you were." "There could be dozens, maybe more. How can we possibly rescue that many?" "You will help me wake one, and that one will wake another. If I hadn't come after you, you would have been stuck here forever. Don't you want to help save the others?" "Fine," But let's hurry. I don't want to be here a second longer than I have to. The boys went in search of the other lost people. That evening, Luke and Benjamin marched back into town, followed by multitudes of lost souls coming home. The townspeople cried for joy as they took hold of loved ones they thought they'd never see again. And so, Luke and Benjamin became heroes in their village. They learned that love and mercy have no boundaries, especially when it comes to seeking and saving the lost.
Wow, that story was...
Kind of eerie.
yeah.
Our hero Luke risked his own safety to try and find a lost boy he didn't even know.
You know, that's a lot like our faith, because Jesus tells us to go tell others about him.
Yeah, and didn't you guys realize just when Luke decided to go and find the lost boy, that his first obstacle he faced was temptation?
But God gives us power to overcome temptation, and Luke did eventually find Benjamin and bring him home.
You know, the cool part is the way that Luke rescued Benjamin turned into a huge homecoming for so many lost people.
And that shows us that when we tell other people about God and his plan for us, that they join a huge group of Christians and then they go out and tell other people about God's plan. And from just telling one person about God, they'll go and tell someone else, and then they'll tell someone else, and then it will just go on and on and on and on.
And that concludes our series. I hope you all enjoyed it. And remember, God's shown us mercy, so let's show that mercy to others. I hope you all have a great week. And in the meantime, fire dance on!
Hey, fire, 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 God's mercy,
hey.
fire burns.
Burn.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Miracle of Mercy. This is our final lesson in this series, and we're learning what it means to have mercy and to show mercy to other people, the very same way that God has shown mercy to us. Remember, a hard heart, one that doesn't care, that doesn't love, is not a heart that God can do much with. This is not a heart that can show mercy, but a soft heart, a heart that is loving, a heart that is compassionate, can show mercy. And this is what Jesus wants us to be. He wants us to be merciful because he was merciful to us. And in this lesson, we're going to see a guy who truly was merciful because of the special mercy that God gave to him. You see, he made a discovery that changed his life. And it changed him so much, he wanted everyone he knew to experience that same discovery. And in fact, you could say the Apostle Paul, he showed mercy by caring for those who are lost. Watch what he did.
The Miracle of Mercy. Paul. This is Saul. Saul was a Pharisee who hated the followers of Jesus so much that he would hunt them down to be brought to trial in Jerusalem. And he would even seek to murder them. Saul was uttering threats with every breath, and he was eager to kill the Lord's followers. So he went to the high priest. He asked him to write a letter to the Jews in Damascus that would allow him to arrest any Christians he found there. He wanted to bring them, both men and women, back to Jerusalem in chains. Now Saul went on his way. And as he came near Damascus, a light from heaven flashed around him, and he heard a voice that said, "Saul, Saul, why are you persecuting me?" Saul cried out, "Who are you, Lord?" And the voice said, "I am Jesus. Rise and go into the city, and you will be told what to do." So Saul got up and he opened his eyes, but he couldn't see anything. So the men who were with Saul led him into the city. After 3 days, a man named Ananias came to Saul. He put his hands on Saul, and immediately Saul could see again. And with that, Saul became a follower of Jesus. He became the very thing he had tried to hunt. And he immediately began telling people that Jesus is the Son of God, and he taught them about the mercy of God that he had received. And all who heard him were amazed. He then went by a new name, Paul, as he began preaching not just to the Jewish people, but to everyone. Despite many difficulties like being imprisoned, shipwrecked, and narrowly escaping death multiple times, Paul continued to preach about Jesus. Paul said that he would do everything he could to save people and help them know God. And that's just what he did in order to reach people who would otherwise be unreached. And many came to know Jesus because of what Paul said. Paul taught many in his day through his letters, but even more have come to learn more about Jesus through the letters of Paul that can be read even to this day.
This guy, Paul, had an experience that completely, radically changed his life. He was lost before he knew Jesus, but when he came into a relationship with Jesus, now he was found. Now he discovered what real joy was. Now he discovered what real peace was. Now he knew what his purpose in life was. And he was so excited about it that he wanted to tell as many people as he could. So he went on a journey all over the world telling people about the love of Jesus, because the mercy that he experienced from Jesus so changed his life for the good that he wanted to share it with everyone. And he did. He showed mercy by caring for the lost, because the people who don't know Jesus, they are lost. They don't really know what true life is. They really don't know what true joy or true peace is. They can't really understand their purpose in life until they know Jesus. That's why you and I were created. You and I were created to know Jesus and to do life with him as a friend, not just to know about him or keep certain rules. That's not what it's about. It's like this, guys. I have a gift. This gift is for you. I've prepared it for you. I've got it all wrapped up for you. But in order for you to have it, you have to receive it. I can't make you take it. I can't make you enjoy it. I have this gift for you. But you have to receive the gift. And it's the same with salvation. See, Jesus has given us the gift of salvation, the gift of knowing him. He's offered us forgiveness of our sins. It's a gift. It's not something you can earn. It's not something that you can just keep a bunch of rules and all of a sudden you're saved. All of a sudden you're found. No, it's a relationship with Jesus, and he offers it to us as a gift. But you have to accept the gift. And Paul accepted that gift of forgiveness and salvation. And when he did, and he came to know Jesus in a real way, it changed his life so much, he knew that he had to share it with everyone. I can show mercy by caring for the lost, the people who don't know Jesus in my neighborhood, in my school, but I can't share that gift if I haven't experienced it myself. So I want to ask you today, have you accepted the free gift that Jesus has offered you in forgiveness and salvation? Have you made Jesus the Lord of your life? You can do that today. And there's not a whole bunch of things that you have to do. Like I said, it's not about rules. It's a relationship. It's a friendship between you and Jesus. And it starts with you saying, Jesus, I believe you are who you say you are. And I know that there are bad things in my life. Will you forgive me of those bad things? And will you be the boss of my life? I want to give my life to you. You see, when you do that, you're saying to Jesus, I want to accept the gift that you have for me. So right now, if you have not made that commitment to the Lord, if you have not surrendered your life to Jesus and made him the boss of your life, you're going to have an opportunity to do that right now. And once you've accepted that free gift of salvation, then you can share it with others, because showing mercy is caring for others who are lost. That's what mercy is. It's love in action. And my prayer is that as we have looked at these ways that you can show mercy to other people, that you would do that because God's been merciful to you, you be merciful to others. Show mercy by putting your love into action. Love you guys. We'll see you later.
Gather round, it is time for a test of your knowledge. Do you know the difference between a fact and a fairy tale? A story will appear, and you are to tell which it is. Question number 1. Girl follows rabbit down a hole, ends up growing taller and smaller, and nearly getting her head chopped off. Fact or fairy tale? Fairy tale, Alice in Wonderland. Here's a fact. Dinosaurs are extinct. Question number 2. Executioner is blinded by a light and serves a new lord, carrying his message to many people in far-off lands. Fact or fairy tale? Fact. Saul converting to Paul. Here's a fact. According to the Bible, the chicken came before the egg. Question number 3. After many requests, girl kisses amphibian. Ends up really liking him when he changes his looks. Fact or fairy tale? Fairy tale, Princess and the Frog. Those are all the stories for this day. I thank you for your service. Remember to look around you every day for facts and use your imagination to come up with some fairy tales of your own. Until we meet again, good day.